Well, let's call the meeting of the Utility Services Board for the City of Bloomington for January 29th, 2026 to order. And our mission at the City of Bloomington Utilities is to enhance the quality of life in our community by providing safe, sustainable, and high-quality drinking water, wastewater, and stormwater services in a cost-effective manner, promoting public health, economic vitality, and environmental stewardship. And our vision is to be the leading municipal water utility organization in Indiana. And just a reminder for board members, if you have any personal financial conflicts or any issues with individuals on the agenda, then please be sure to recuse yourself from voting during those portions of the meeting. Okay, our first item of business this evening is any petitions and communications from the public or anyone else. Okay. Next then is approval of minutes of the previous meeting, January 12th, 2026.
Move we accept the minutes.
It's been moved. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
I just had a question why there was on page 2 of the minutes where the concrete ball was highlighted. Was there something? That was the one thing I didn't know.
I'm not sure.
No, not sure. Okay, all right.
It looks right. It may have been a correction or something,
Yeah.
but
I didn't see the previous one, I thought it was a.
Okay, perfect. No problem.
okay, then call for the question. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, the minutes are approved. Next is the approval of claims for payable invoices. And let's see. Does anyone have any questions about these invoices? We've got a couple of sets here. One's a pay date. One's dated 12/29 with a pay date of January 30th. And then the next set is pay date of, looks like the 26th of January. I hear a motion to approve the payable invoices.
Move to approve the payable invoices.
Here a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? They are approved. Standard invoices are next. Well, that was, looks like we did that, didn't we, huh? Or am I?
Two.
Yes.
Okay. Then next is utility claims. The utilities claim list of January 22nd, totaling, let's see. Well, there's several totals there. You see on your
I think it's
printout.
21,000.
$21,321.93.
Move we approve the utilities claims.
Here a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, utility bills are approved. Next are wire transfers for February in the amount of $515,390.70.
I move we accept the wire transfers.
Second?
Second.
All right, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Wire transfers are approved. Next are accounts, let's see, these are customer refunds for January 30th with a total of $3,489.30.
Move we accept the customer refunds.
Here's a second.
Second.
All right, moved in second. Any discussion on refunds? All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, their refunds are approved. Next is, let's see, on the agenda, do we have credit cards?
Yeah, special check run.
Pardon?
There's a special check run.
There's a special check run.
Yeah.
accounts payable.
Well, let's see. Oh, the accounts payable, there it is. That's the special check run. Okay. Special check run then, the date range, December 23rd through December 23rd. Catching up here, from the amount of $3,166.31.
Move we accept the accounts payable.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? All right. Check run is approved. And next on the agenda is approval of the consent agenda.
Good evening, I'm Matt Havey, Assistant Director for Finance. Pleased to present the consent agenda to you this evening. It has one agreement totaling $0 for non-chemical contracts, which consists of the following item. At Landco for $26.45 per gallon to supply the defoamer to our Dillman plant. Would any board member like to pull this item from the consent agenda and discuss it individually? Hearing none, if there is no objection, then the consent agenda will be approved as presented. Hearing none, the consent agenda is approved. Thanks.
Okay, the consent agenda is approved, so our next item up is the approval of amendment number 1 to Clark Dietz Incorporated. And it looks like, Phil, I think I saw that Caden Swanson has gone on to bigger and better things. That's what I get for reading Facebook, I guess, or LinkedIn, someplace. So
Yes,
he's left us, huh?
He departed his position just before Christmas, so we miss him already.
Yeah, I bet you do, yeah. Well, glad you're here tonight then.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why I'm here. This Clark Dietz contract, they're a consultant that's helped us with our stormwater reviews and some other stormwater design and elements of our stormwater program. But it initially started, this contract, when part of the scope is just to assist with plan review as design projects come in. And so since Caden is no longer there, we need some assistance with that. So we've extended, the contract still had funding, so we've just extended that expiration date. So, it might be several months from now that we come back to the board, but for the time being, this contract will help us out.
So it's just an amendment that extends the expiration date to December 31st of '27.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Any questions for Phil?
I move we approve the request for the First Amendment of professional engineering.
All right.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Motion carries then.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phil. Next is the approval of amendment number 2 to the Stantec Consulting Services Agreement. Matt Havey.
Yeah, so Stantec, again, is the people doing our rate design. The first change was due to, we ran into some data issues a while back, and so they had to redo some work with better and more accurate data. So that was the first change. The second change is the discovery part of the process is coming in with a little more work than they expected. So they just wanted to throw some more money out there. They said they don't think it's going to be the whole extra 49, but they just wanted to cover themselves going forward. So that's the work for them to design our rate.
So Matt, they charge us on an hourly basis. Is
They
that
do,
how it
yes.
works?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Any questions for Matt on this amendment? Okay.
I move that we approve the Second Amendment to the agreement for consulting services with Stantec Consulting Services, Inc.
Second.
Okay, it's moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right. That Stantec agreement is approved. Next is request approval for on-call agreement with Bland's LLC, and Jose is here Jose Fuentes is here to talk to us about that.
Good afternoon. How are you doing today?
Good.
This is just for an on-call service with Bland's LLC, the wrecker service and towing service that we could possibly need in the future.
Okay, you're not Jose, though. He's back there.
No, that's
That's
Jose.
That's right, all right.
That's Jose.
I'm confused.
That's Hector.
Hector, yes, pardon me. Well, sometimes we need pictures with the flow charts, you know? Thank you,
Yes.
Hector, I appreciate that. So we understand then, this extends the agreement with Bland's, right?
It's a new on-call contract with them.
Okay.
Okay, I move we approve the request for an on-call service agreement with Bland's LLC.
Second.
Okay, been moved and seconded to approve this on-call agreement with Bland's. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next item is approval of the service agreement with Swift Comply US OpCo Incorporated. And Kelsey is here.
She just joined online.
She's online, okay?
Can you hear us, Kelsey? Said she joined online.
She had an engagement, I know that she was going to be here a few minutes late, so.
So this is for installation and service of database management software for our fats, oil, and greases program, it looks like. It's a $36,253 contract. We'll stand by here and see if we can get her technically connected.
It shows you're on mute. Oh, here she is, coming in the room.
Okay,
Yay.
on cue, stage left.
Thank you. I couldn't unmute, but thank
No,
you
all
for,
right.
I just saw that you could unmute me now. Kelsey Latonia, Assistant Director for Environmental. Sorry, I'm late. So this contract with Swift Comply is a software we've been using for many years for our pretreatment program. It's where we track all of our fog users. We've had great experience with it, and the users like it as well, so we'd like to renew with the company.
So this would be for, let's see, 26, 27, and 28?
We got pricing for 3 years.
3
yes.
years.
We get a better deal the more you
Yeah,
plan out, so.
okay. Any other questions for Kelsey?
Seeing none, I request move for approval or agreement for services with Swift Comply US OpCo, Inc.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any other discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, then
Thank you.
that motion carries to extend that contract. Okay. Next is request approval of service agreement with Ratio Architects LLC. And you're back.
I'm back. So this agreement is with Ratio Architects. This is a really interesting story that I'm excited to share with you. So Ratio is the original designer of Miller Showers Park 20 years ago. And they approached us wanting to do a study, basically to demonstrate, how Miller Showers is functioning 20 years later after it was built. They actually had a talk accepted at a national green space conference in Austin this year. So they're wanting permission to basically come on the site, do some sampling. We're kind of partnering with them on it. We'd like to fund the sampling part of it because we want the data as well. They're going to write up a presentation, present it, and this contract is basically just our formality here to be able to say that they can come onto our property, do this work that is not typical of someone coming onto the park's property to do, and we're going to provide them with funding for the sampling. So I'm excited for this, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
So Kelsey, if we get the sampling done, what do you anticipate our being able to use it for in the future?
So part of it is really just a presentation for the public to be aware of how it's functioning and the benefit of just the investment for that whole stormwater feature. It'll inform future design decisions as well. So if we want to do similar type technologies in other parts of the city, we can be able to say that it is, this efficient, or we are targeting, such pollutants here. So it's really informing just how useful the structure is, I guess. And I think it's a unique opportunity because there aren't many installations like that are 20 years old. So a lot of green infrastructure is newer nowadays than the past 10 or so years. So.
Yeah. So that facility up there really drains a significant part of the north side of town to that
It's about 300
area.
acres, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess what we'd be able to determine is what kind of general storm drainage pollutants that in that 300 acres are being captured there,
Yep. We're gonna
because we
do-
just dredged it.
We did, yes. And I'm glad that we did, because now we can get the full understanding of how it's supposed to be functioning. It may not have been functioning as well before we did that maintenance, so.
Yeah. So we would have some idea about the kinds of, this would be a good sampling about the kinds of general stormwater pollutants we'd have throughout the city.
Yes, it's a standard sampling. We're gonna do your basic sediments, suspended solids, nutrients, E. coli, as well as some additional sampling for oils and grease. I think they're also partnering with the lab at IU to do some free sampling. They're gonna run on PFAS, which I don't know what we're gonna get for that, but we're trying to get a well-rounded selection of pollutants we're sampling for. So it'll tell a good story, I think.
Well, we look forward to that.
Great.
All right. Any other discussion or questions for Kelsey? Yeah.
Yeah, Kelsey, the contract expires on March 31st, so do they anticipate having all the data collected in 3 months?
Yes. So
Okay.
we're gonna do over, we're gonna get just a few different type of flow events, and that's really all we're trying to do. So it's gonna be a snapshot. It's not gonna be long-term sampling.
Okay.
But if we want to continue it, we might be able to, do a summer internship or something where we can continue just collecting samples for professional analysis. So.
Okay. Well, I'm sure the 15 inches of snow that we received will be
Don't remind me.
greatly
It's a little hard to
flooding
sample
that
right
area.
now, but, yeah. If you need an extension, I'll be sure to let you know, but it should be wrapped up this spring.
Have
Right.
plenty of salt and beet juice, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And we'll have a probe to do conductivity measurements and things that'll capture the salt and things in the system, so.
Okay, thank you. Ready?
And I move we approve a services agreement with Arkwood Environmental LLC.
Well, this one's ratio.
I'm sorry. It's
That's all right.
ratio. That's the next one.
Yeah.
Sorry, let me again move approval for the service agreement with Ratio Architects
Very
LLC.
good.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay.
Thank you
So
so
we
much.
have the service agreement approved with Ratio Architects. Thank you. Okay, next on our agenda is requesting approval and agreement with Arkwood Environmental LLC.
Hi, good evening.
Aye.
My name is Isabel Quiroz. I am the Hazardous Materials Coordinator. I'm presenting a contract for a biannual hazardous waste pickup at CBU locations with Artwood Environmental for $47,274 with 10 cents.
Okay. So this is, what kind of hazardous waste do we pick up? I know we have labs and that sort of thing, but,
Yeah, we generate hazardous waste at the lab, and then some of the chemicals that we have at the plant, not all of them, but some of them do end up as hazardous waste. So in regular maintenance and operations, sometimes they get generated. So it would be for those.
okay.
Do you know where it goes once they pick it up?
Well, yes, they have to tell us. That's why we have to be very specific with the type of contractor, because there's a cradle to grave chain of custody of this type of waste. So it depends on the profile of the waste. Then they select the how it's going to be disposed of. Sometimes it can be incinerated. Sometimes it has to go to specific landfill. Most of times it goes, well, it depends on the contractor, but in the past, a lot of our waste ended up in Texas.
But they let you know what the disposal is.
Yes, absolutely.
Any other discussion or questions? All right.
Okay, I move approval of a services agreement with Artwood Environmental LLC for the pickup of hazardous waste.
All right.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Opposed? All right. It's been approved. Thank you.
Thanks.
Motion carries. All right. Now we're up to,
He's in traffic right
where
now.
is Chris Wheeler? Yeah.
Stuck in traffic. Says he's trying to work his way through it, but
Things are running a little slow right now with the way the roads are.
Should we try to do the other items to
Yeah, we can do
see
that.
if that buys him a little bit of time?
Is there any old business for the board?
I just have a question, if there's any update on Jeff's replacement on the board? Have we heard?
I haven't heard anything. No.
Haven't heard anything? Okay. I know that's not something that we can, you know, that CBU controls, but
Right.
I was just curious if there had been any movement on that, because was his position a council appointed, or was it, I don't remember if his was mayoral.
Council.
He was a council appointment. Oh, there it is. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, we're waiting for them to work it through their process of selection, huh?
Yep.
All right. Any new business?
No.
Okay.
Did know.
Subcommittee reports. We haven't had those today. Staff reports. Anything for you,
No
Matt?
staff report today.
He's here now, so he can present.
Good. Hi, Chris.
Perfect timing.
Can't believe it. Thank you. Did you have to wait for me?
We're just working through a few things. We're all right.
All right.
Looks like you've got some amendments to section 24.2
Yes.
of our rules and regulations, and we've been supplied with 3 different 24.2s.
Yeah, one of them shows what its current reading would be.
That's probably the first one, right? I
And
would
there's one
imagine.
that shows what it would look like if we made changes. So it's got language crossed out that we want to do away with, and language that's underlined, which would be new. And then the third iteration would be what that proposed language is without those red lines in it.
So
the
that's,
edits.
I think that one's,
first one is all with the proposals. The second one is the old version. And the third
Okay.
one is the markup of
There you go.
what they
Yeah, I
actually
don't know what
changed.
order you received
Yeah.
them in.
That's
So
with
the
markup.
first one we got was the way it will be.
Correct.
And then the third one is with the markups we have. Shows the corrections or.
Yeah, so there's a state
proposals.
statute that discusses a process by which a municipality can extend service under an agreement that would allow for the parties to have the property receive service and instead of being annexed in and be part of the city and pay its taxes according to the city's tax rates, et cetera, it would make an annual payment to the city as though it's making a tax payment. So it's like an in lieu of, so that it's sort of acting like it's in the city, even though it's not in the city and receiving all the benefits of the city's services. But it would be an opportunity for the city to extend services and have them become part of the rate-paying customer base. It's an effort to try and create some flexibility in a situation where we don't have any flexibility right
Yeah,
now.
that's-
That's what we're trying to do here.
Yeah, and so the first paragraph, I noticed what it used to say was, have submitted a valid petition.
Right, so
then
the reason why I want to change that, thank you for bringing that up. That is another thing that's being edited is, having gone through we did go through a voluntary annexation, and having gone through it and seeing the practice of how it works, the old language only suggested that a petition get put to be filed. So I didn't want the utilities department to act merely on the petition being filed. I'd rather the utility act on the fact that annexation was successful.
Right.
So
I see that
now what
change.
we're reading is, with these proposed changes, is that we will provide the service when you become annexed. So the bright line rule is, we provide service to properties that are in the city. If you voluntarily annex in, you're in the city, we'll provide service. Versus you simply filed a petition, because you could withdraw your petition.
Right.
This would be a fast one. That could create problems. I can't think that anybody would want to be that mischievous, but I'd rather just not have that opportunity, because people like to get mischievous, so. So that's what
Lots of things happen. yeah.
that's what that edit is, just to try to clean up the rule so that it's clear. We want properties that are annexed in, so they're part of the city. But the other amendments to the section are that flexibility with that statute that allows us to do these types of services. So it's basically, we'll still want the waiver, right? Because they're still outside of the city. We'd like for them to have a waiver so they wouldn't challenge annexation, but they are making a payment that sort of mimics what it would be to pay for the taxes as if they were part of the city.
Right, so just for maybe folks watching at home, I'll read the new paragraph.
Sure.
The director may grant a request for extension of sanitary sewer service to parcels located outside of the city's municipal boundaries through agreement and council ratification under Indiana Code 36-4-3-21 in instances where the development has been identified by the City of Bloomington Department of Economic Development as a strategic economic development site that will contribute to job creation and wage growth.
Yeah, so we're trying to keep this fairly narrow so that we're looking at large projects that have a substantial impact on the area. So we're not just looking at the city, we're looking at the county and its benefits through economic development. So we're not talking about standalone, single housing.
Right.
We may not even be talking about residential. We're talking more corporate development.
So are there any examples that you could think of, or I'm not,
I can think of two.
for, that the the Economic Development Department has designated?
No, I don't know necessarily they've designated, but I do believe that this would assist the church. That
I don't know that it would.
if the church were to petition to be annexed into the city
If the church
eventually.
had property that was eligible to be annexed into the city and could then voluntarily annex into the city, we would be able to provide service, yes. But you
And
have to
the-
have, there's a contiguity issue with voluntary annexation. Properties located outside of the city must share at least 1/8 of its entire property boundary with
Okay.
a city boundary. So unless you're already
If you're not on
sharing
an if you're not on an island,
Yeah, if you're way outside city limits and you're not sharing any similar boundaries, you're not going to be eligible
Okay.
for annexation. You
Contiguous.
can build a bridge. If you could get other properties between you and the city to agree and you all join up and it makes contiguity work, you could build a bridge and get to you eventually, but you'd need other people's
that
assistance.
makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think the other one we heard was the gas station. There was I mean, so again, that would be the similar
But we're
situation.
talking about much bigger projects, I think. If economic development's getting involved and there's a substantial impact on job and economic well-being of the county, of the city, of the area, then if economic development's involved in saying that's an economic development site or whatever the wording is, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says identified by the City of Bloomington Department of Economic Development as a strategic
Yeah.
economic development site. So
You know, if like, you know, I'm not saying this is happening, because it's not, I'm just dreaming something up, but let's say that Amazon decided they want to put a distribution center here in Monroe County, but they want to put it on a piece of property that's not even close to city boundary, so they wouldn't be able to annex in. If economic sustainability and development decided that this was a significant impact, we could use that statute to enter into a contract with them that they would pay to the city as though they're an annexed property. And we would then be able to do an extension out to provide service.
I guess the question is, I don't know the definition that the Economic Development Department uses as a strategic economic development site. Do you happen to
Right.
know?
There isn't a definition.
There
It
isn't.
would just take a lot of factors to try and determine whether or not it's going to provide significant jobs and increase overall payroll or whatever, right? If they make those determinations, then we have the opportunity to decide whether we would want to extend service based upon that designation.
So basically what we're saying here then is, if the director of the Economic Development Department decides that it's a strategic site,
Then we would be
That would-
inclined to agree to extend service. We would still have to look at whether we've got capacity.
yeah,
We still have those considerations. We have engineering considerations as to whether it'd even be feasible to run a line out to this property. And then we'd have to have a sewer main extension agreement put into place in addition to this other agreement that talks about paying in lieu of taxes. So there's quite a bit that would have to happen.
this is really a good tool, though.
It provides some flexibility that we don't currently have.
Yeah, at least in my opinion, it's a great tool.
So, question though about this, so I don't know if this is comparing the same thing or not, but are we not under a restriction of approving these additional extensions that are outside of annexation because of the lawsuit?
We are
Does
not.
that make
We've
sense?
consulted with outside counsel, and this is exactly what outside counsel recommended we do as a flexible tool.
So, in other
So,
words,
And
so-
outside counsel is the attorney that's representing us in those lawsuits. So the
So I
answer
just
to your
wanna-
question is no.
I just want to go on record to make sure that this is what's happening. And if I'm wrong, tell me. I mean, it's okay. The city is willing to make an exception for a new business or a new development that's going to bring in
Yeah, like a hospital,
economic stability
Manufacturing.
and growth.
Jail.
And we can do, a jail. We
Possibly.
can, we can approve, we can do this if, as long as it's new. And they.
As long as
and
it's-
they-
I'm
and
sorry, as
they-
long as it's
As long as it's
new?
new and they are going through the process, they've received the approval on the, annexation, the waiver.
yeah, that's a good point.
You see where I'm going with
Yes.
this? But the city will not allow us to extend the sewer service to existing businesses
Yeah, I don't think that's what we're thinking about here. It
who have
isn't-
requested.
I didn't parse that out, that's a good point.
I
We're
just,
not
I'm,
talking about existing, but
Mm-hmm.
I think we're talking new opportunities.
correct.
Right.
So, but again, I'm just saying for the record, the city's gonna allow, is going to
The
allow
intention is that we're
this
looking at new
contingency
opportunities, yes.
for new business.
Correct.
But.
That's the intent here.
That is the intent. But on the flip side, we are still at a place where our hands are tied to assist any existing businesses.
We have made a policy decision that we're not going to extend
Sign.
to existing businesses,
Okay.
to properties outside the city that are not considered by the ESD.
I just want to get that on record. That's,
That's accurate,
okay, thank you.
yes.
Chris, does this apply to any other city services?
No,
Thinking about the
It does
past
not.
week.
yeah.
if
It's
if a
just
new
talking
business
about,
came,
we're
we
just
would
talking
leave them
about,
unplowed.
we are just talking about sewer service,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, but the city's not thinking about other services.
I don't believe so. I certainly have not been asked to contemplate that. This is simply to allow us to have flexibility to extend sewer service.
Sanitary sewer only, it didn't list anything else. Well, what's interesting, Chris, is that the intent is new development, but this language doesn't limit it to new
It
development.
doesn't, but our purpose would be for new development. So our policy would be, as we breathe life into this, is that we're looking at new business, new economic opportunities.
Yeah. Okay.
If you wish for me to tweak the language and bring it back to you in 2 weeks that shows that it's specifically designating new, I'm happy to do that, as it's before you right now. Or you could say that you're happy to adopt this if it makes it clear in the language that it is for new economic development opportunities. I can change the language to reflect that right now. So I'm happy to do that as well.
I wasn't asking for that. I think this language is spot on where we have talked about the kinds of things we need to be able to do.
And I'm sorry I was late,
But,
but
hey,
it takes longer to get from one side of town to the other when
roads
everybody's
are
driving at
closed.
a snail's pace with snow on the
it
ground.
does, yes. It does.
And again, just for the record, I mean, I support this because again, it's important for us for our economic development. My point is just, we're still, and I will use the word punishing businesses, existing ones that,
Punishment's a hard word.
I know, that's a really hard word. That's
The
probably not
reality
the
is
right
that-
word.
That the
Wait,
reality is that most municipalities in the state, I feel comfortable saying that most municipalities are shifting to a policy of not providing service outside of the city limits, period,
okay,
because of the way annexation is being
Yeah.
treated by the state. So it's not a punishment, it's a reaction to the state's treatment of annexation. It's a
Gotcha.
way to preserve the
Yeah.
city's services without,
that probably wasn't the right word, but,
Yeah.
it definitely wasn't the right word, but,
no one's,
you know what I mean? I just
no
want
one's
to,
trying to punish anybody, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the reality of the situation.
I don't know that it's punishment, to me, it's not punishment. It seems to me I don't know. It just seems to me that sometimes we we aren't able to do what we think is right in this situation, in those particular situations, or may not be right or according to the law, but just kind of make logical sense.
Yeah.
So, and we can get,
Okay.
I can get off that topic. I'm good.
Okay.
Any other questions for Chris? I hear a motion.
Yep, I move that we adopt the changes to the policy.
Second.
Any other discussion? Good. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
It approves. It is approved. Thank you,
Thanks,
Chris.
Chris. Thank you.
You made it, this is a good move.
It's something.
Yeah. It's progress, right?
I hope.
Okay, let's see, staff reports,
Not tonight.
all right. Petitions and communications, anything else at the end of our meeting? Matt, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe someone can help us here, I think our utilities crews have been assisting with snow removal, particularly downtown, using our front loaders and dump trucks and our people and everything else to help Public Works Department in this unusual situation. Am I tracking right?
I believe that is the case, yes.
I thought I saw yellow trucks downtown, so
Yep.
I just want to say that is a great move. It's the kind of things we need to be doing to work together. It shows we've got great teamwork between departments, and that's spot on for us. So please send our thanks to those crews and to the leadership that made the decisions to help everybody work together.
Okay.
So thank you there.
Thanks.
All right, then I think we can stand adjourned.
Okay, we'll see you in about 15 hours.